The sunlight that lingered all day hangs on the edge of the Hannook's roof tiles. As if shy, it fades the red glow, giving way to a time of blue dreams. In step with my stride along the stone wall path of Gengajeon. Pale pink cherry blossom petals quietly settle upon the tops of my feet. The cool breath of spring seeping through the open window frames, mingling with the scent of old trees and the low hum of jazz. The temperature of this air, neither cold nor hot, feels just like the perfect distance between you and me, making my heart flutter. Cherry blossom snow falls upon the flowing melody, etching an unforgettable blue season onto our shoulders. The deep bass sound I hear while leaning against the window spreads deep into my heart like a long-awaited spring confession. The night in Jeonju slowly turns that color. As the streetlights on Taihoro wake up one by one, the white flower rain scatters like jewels beneath the light. And in your gaze, which seems to know without words, my season is being filled entirely with you. In this quiet alley where even the moonlight holds its breath, petals dancing to a jazz rhythm drift down. Our time seeping through the old roof tiles melts warmly into a fragrant cup of tea. And the night in Jeonju stands still forever. Fragrance that won't fade even as the blue darkness deepens. Cherry blossoms, jazz, and the soft sound of your breath. Even when this spring passes, it will always linger in a corner of my heart. Jeonju's blue night. The rustling hem of my handbag is the sound of voice rowing toward the past. In the breeze brushing my collar, I read sentences from centuries ago. When the blue light of the blue hour seeps into my cups, I become a preserved artifact within this vast museum of time. The rubber shoes placed on the stepping stones are a small boat sailing toward distant memories. With every step I take, I shed the hard shell of modernity. The cherry blossom blossoms drifting over the tiled roof, or white tears shed by history. I am the protagonist of an old novel, walking amidst those tears. The curves of the handbag are the soft shackles of time I wear. The noise of reality flickers like a lantern far across the river. The jazz flowing by the window is a strange annotation written on the score of tradition. The night in Jeonju pulls me into the deep swamp of the past. In this very moment I breathe as a pulsating antique. A face deeply etched with the wrinkles of time. My shadow walking that path is a slender crack connecting yesterday and today. Even if this is just a borrowed legend whose spell will break when I take off this garment. Right now this air feels like the breath of a past life I left behind. The blue darkness is frost settling on the collar of my handbag. The scent of cherry blossoms is the fingerprint of a dream tickle in my nose. My gait resembling a jazz melody becomes an elegant progression, and Jeonju's night thus ties me in a past that hasn't been preserved. And I dance as an old soul reborn. Fragments of blue time locked away within the folds of my handbag. The sound of fallen cherry blossoms is my silhouette to be read by someone in the distant future, holding on to the sleeve of the dream. I fade away into the jazz. The sky hastily turns the page of the day, and Jeonju has just donned a blue velvet shroud. Beyond the fence, the cherry blossoms are white subtitles, secretly brought out by the night. Every time the wind blows, unread letters pile up on the street. The jazz flowing by the window is a transparent tropical fish gliding through the living room, as the tail fin of the melody gently stirs the air. The old wooden window frame becomes a page from a classic novel, quietly recording the silence we share. The blue hour is a vast indigo blanket covering the world. We share the warmth of jazz within its cozy embrace. The fluttering shower of petals is the bone dust of moonlight shattered in the darkness. Jeonju's night becomes a cup of rich espresso, leaving a bittersweet aftertaste deep within the heart. The streetlights on Taejuro are golden pins embedded in the eyelids of the night. The petals gathered beneath them are the scales shed by yesterday's time. The world's noise turns into soft sand here. Only the rhythm of your breath and mine grows clear. The jazz lingering by the window is a blue downpour soaking my heart. The scent of cherry blossoms is a fragrant full stop scattered in the air. The low bass notes become a deep sigh exhaled by the earth. And so the night in Jeonju is forever preserved as a single page in an old photo album. Even as the blue velvet fades into darkness, it will never be erased. The silent fall of cherry blossoms, that beautiful footnote, the place where jazz lingered, the melody of you that still flows. The time when the hustle and bustle of the day comes to a halt, a wash of indigo spreading beyond the walls of Janggejeon, through the low clouds hanging over the edge of the tiled roof. The quietest moment of the day, the blue hour descends, hidden like a secret beneath the blooming cherry blossoms. We surrender ourselves to the jazz melodies flowing through the window. Your scent carried on the gentle breeze, and the springtime melody spreading through the old wooden window frames. Under the warm glow of Jeonju's night blossoms. Trembling cherry blossom petal reflected in a teacup. The deep resonance of the double bass soaks into the floorboards. The sound of the trumpet flowing along the curves of the hammock wakes up fragments of dreams I had long forgotten. Even time seems to walk slowly here. A procession of white blossoms embroidering Tejo Road. A woody scent that grows clearer as the darkness deepens. I wish this moment would freeze forever, the space filled only with you, me, and the jazz of spring. Outside the window, after images of fluttering petals, a soft piano solo drifting in from afar. Memories of this blue night I'll never forget, even when tomorrow comes. Jeonju, spring in you. The rustling hem of my handbag is the sound of oars rowing toward the past. In the breeze brushing my collar, I read sentences from centuries ago. When the blue light of the blue hour seeps into my cups, I become a preserved artifact within this vast museum of time. The rubber shoes placed on the stepping stones are a small boat sailing toward distant memories. With every step I take, I shed the hard shell of modernity. The cherry blossoms drifting over the tiled roof are white tears shed by history. I am the protagonist of an old novel, walking amidst those tears. The curves of the handbook are the soft shackles of time I wear. The noise of reality flickers like a lantern far across the river. The jazz flowing by the window is a strange annotation written on the score of tradition. The night in Jeonju pulls me into the deep swamp of the past. In this very moment I breathe as a pulsating antique. The stone-paved path along Tayoro is a face deeply etched with the wrinkles of time. My shadow walking that path is a slender crack connecting yesterday and today. Even if this is just a borrowed legend whose spell will break when I take off this garment. Right now this air feels like the breath of a past life I left behind. If the blue darkness is frost settling on the collar of my handbag, the scent of cherry blossoms is the finger fingerprint of a dream tickling my nose. My gait resembling a jazz melody becomes an elegant regression, and Giangi's night thus dies me in a past that hasn't been preserved, and I dance as an old soul reborn. Fragments of blue time locked away within the folds of my handbag. The sound of fallen cherry blossoms is my silhouette to be read by someone in the distant future, holding on to the sleeve of the dream called the past. I fade away into the jazz. The time when the hustle and bustle of the day comes to a halt. A wash of indigo spreading beyond the walls of Gyeonggi-chan. Through the low clouds hanging over the edge of the tiled roof, the quietest moment of the day, the Bllua워 descends, hidden like a secret beneath the blooming cherry blossoms. We surrender ourselves to the jazz melodies flowing through the window. Your scent carried on the gentle breeze, and the springtime melody spreading through the old wooden window frames. Under the warm glow, Jeonju's night blossoms. A single trembling cherry blossom petal reflected in a teacup. The deep resonance of the double bass soaks into the floorboards. The sound of the trumpet flowing along the curves of the hammock wakes up fragments of dreams I had long forgotten. Even time seems to walk slowly here. A procession of white blossoms embroidering Teihoro, a woody scent that grows clear as the darkness deepens. I wish this moment would freeze forever. This space filled only with you, me, and the jazz of spring. Outside the window, after images of fluttering petals, a soft piano solo drifting in from afar. Memories of this blue night I'll never forget, even when tomorrow comes. Jeonju spring. The sky hastily turns the page of the day, and Giorgio has just donned a blue velvet shroud. Beyond the fence, the cherry blossoms are white subtitles, secretly brought out by the night. Every time the wind blows, unread letters pile up on the street. The jazz flowing by the window is a transparent tropical fish gliding through the living room, as the tail fin of the melody gently stirs the air. The old wooden window frame becomes a page from a classic novel, quietly recording the silence we share. The blue hour is a vast indigo blanket covering the world. We share the warmth of jazz within its cozy embrace. The fluttering shower of petals is the bone dust of moonlight shattered in the darkness. Giorgio's night becomes a cup of rich espresso, leaving a bittersweet aftertaste deep within the heart. The streetlights on Tejoro are golden pins embedded in the eyelids of the night. The paddles gathered beneath them are the scales shed by yesterday's time. The world's noise turns into soft sand here. Only the rhythm of your breath and mine grows clear. The jazz lingering by the window is a blue downpour soaking my heart. The scent of cherry blossoms is a fragrant full stop scattered in the air. The low bass notes become a deep sigh, exhaled by the earth. And so the night in Jeonju is forever preserved as a single page in an old photo album. Even as the blue velvet fades into darkness, it will never be erased. The silent fall of cherry blossoms, that beautiful footnote. The place where jazz lingered, the melody of you that still flows. As the light glistening on the roof tiles begins to fade, the sky dons its deepest navy blue, and upon the low stone wall cherry blossoms silently write white verses. Through the open window frame, the cool evening air, and the breath of a saxophone squeezing through the gap. Leaning against an old wooden pillar, we watch as our shadows grow longer. The flowing jazz, like the pulse of the seasons, shakes the petals gathered at the window. A fragment of the blue night held in a cup of clear tea. John Juice time closes its eyes here for a moment. This moment remains as the most lyrical sentence. Scattered pollen flies transformed into musical notes. The deeper the darkness grows, the clearer they become. Your soft breathing and the scent of this old space. A single tear from a cherry blossom hanging at the end of the melody, the sound of silence gently settling upon my shoulder. This night, complete without any effort to fill it, remains as the quietest pattern in our memories, and the blue night grows ever deeper. Outside the window, a shower of petals still falls. Jianju, the blue hour, and the ring afterglow at the end of this spring. We'll meet again. As the light glistening on the roof tiles begins to fade, the sky dons its deepest navy blue, and upon the low stone wall cherry blossom silently write white verses. The breath of a saxophone squeezing through the gap, leaning against an old wooden pillar, watch as our shadows grow longer. The flowing jazz like the pulse of the seasons shakes the petals gathered at the window. A fragment of the blue night held in a cup of clear tea. Jean-Juice time closes its eyes here for a moment. This moment remains as the most lyrical sentence. The heat haze spreading beneath the streetlights on Teheran. Scattered pollen flies transformed into musical notes. The deeper the darkness grows, the clearer they become. Your soft breathing and the scent of this old space. A single tear from a cherry blossom hanging at the end of the melody. The sound of silence gently settling upon my shoulder. This night, complete without any effort to fill it, remains as the quietest pattern in our memories, and the blue night grows ever deeper. Outside the window, a shower of petals still falls. Jeonju, the blue hour, and the ring afterglow. At the end of this spring, we'll meet again. The rustling hem of my handbag is the sound of oars rowing toward the past. In the breeze, brushing my collar, I read sentences from centuries ago. When the blue light of the blue hour seeps into my cups, I become a preserved artifact within this vast museum of time. The rubber shoes placed on the stepping stones are a small boat sailing toward distant memories. With every step I take, I shed the hard shell of modernity. The cherry blossoms drifting over the tiled roof are white tears shed by history. I am the protagonist of an old novel, walking amidst those tears. The curves of the handbook are the soft shackles of time I wear. The noise of reality flickers like a lantern far across the river. The jazz flowing by the window is a strange annotation written on the score of tradition. The night in Jeonju pulls me into the deep swamp of the past. In this very moment, I breathe as a pulsating antique. The stone-paved path along Taiho Road is a face deeply etched with the wrinkles of time. My shadow walking that path is a slender crack connecting yesterday and today. Even if this is just a borrowed legend, whose spell will break when I take off this garment? Right now, this air feels like the breath of a past life I left behind. If the blue darkness is frost settling on the collar of my handbag, the scent of cherry blossoms is the fingerprint of a dream tickling my nose. My gait resembling a jazz melody becomes an elegant regression, and Chandra's night thus dies me in a past that hasn't been preserved. And I dance as an old soul reborn, fragments of blue time locked away within the folds of my handbag. The sound of falling cherry blossoms is my silhouette to be read by someone in the distant future, holding on to the sleeve of the dream called the past. I fade away into the jazz. A time when the sky pours deep blue ink onto a sheet of paper named Jeonju. The curves of the tiled roof become giant musical notes, gently resting on the shoulders of the low-hanging clouds. Beyond the fence, the cherry blossoms are a white confession spewed forth by spring, as the wind's fingers turn the petals like fingers on a keyboard. The jazz flowing by the window becomes a transparent vine, gently winding its way up the weathered wooden pillar. We are submerged in a vast aquarium called the Blue Hour, sharing oxygen named jazz. The fluttering shower of petals is a fragment of the Milky Way embedded in the darkness. The night in Jeonju becomes a silent song, lying down in the deepest drawer of my heart. The streetlights on Teihoro are dewdrops on the eyelids of the night. Beneath them, scattered petals are yesterday's memories spilled onto the street. Time pauses here, halting the rusted clockwork for a moment. May only you and I remain as patterns of melody. The moonlight gathering at the window is a cello bow flowing through my heart. The scent of cherry blossoms is a fragrant sentence scattered in the air. Our day hangs on the edge of the hammock's roof tiles. As if shy it fades the red glow, giving way to a time of blue dreams. In step with my stride along a stone wall path of Gengi-chan, pale pink cherry blossom petals quietly settle upon the tops of my feet. The cool breath of spring seeping through the open window frames, mingling with the scent of old trees and the low hum of jazz. The temperature of this air, neither cold nor hot, feels just like the perfect distance between you and me, making my heart flutter. Cherry blossom snow falls upon the flowing melody, etching an unforgettable blue season onto our shoulders. The deep bass sound I hear while leaning against the window spreads deep into my heart like a long-awaited spring confession. The night in Jeonju slowly turns that color as the streetlights on Taiho wake up one by one. The white flower rain scatters like jewels beneath the light, and in your gaze, which seems to know without words, my season is being filled entirely with you. In this quiet alley where even the moonlight holds its breath, petals dancing to a jazz rhythm drift down our time, seeping through the old roof tiles, melts warmly into a fragrant cup of tea. And the night in Jeonju stands still forever, a fragrance that won't fade even as the blue darkness deepens. Cherry blossoms, jazz, and the soft sound of your breath. Even when this spring passes, it will always linger in a corner of my heart. Jeonju's blue night. Deep blue ink onto a sheet of paper named Jeonju. The curves of the tiled roof become giant musical notes, gently resting on the shoulders of the low-hanging clouds. Beyond the fence, the cherry blossoms are a white confession spewed forth by spring, as the wind's fingers turn the petals like fingers on a keyboard. The jazz flowing by the window becomes a transparent vine, gently winding its way up the weathered wooden pillar. We are submerged in a vast aquarium called the Blue-Hour, sharing oxygen named jazz. The fluttering shower of petals is a fragment of the Milky Way embedded in the darkness. The night in Jeonju becomes a silent song, lying down in the deepest drawer petals are yesterday's memories spilled onto the street. Time pauses here, halting the rusted clockwork for a moment. May only you and I remain as patterns of melody. Is a fragrant sentence scattered in the air, our breaths resembling the rhythm of jazz become each other's warmth. The blue night of Jeonju remains forever undried, pulled within me like a watercolor painting. Even if the blue ink burns black, it will the silent fall of cherry blossoms, that beautiful full stop where the jazz has stopped. The lingering echo of you still flows. A time when the sky pours deep blue ink onto a sheet of paper named Jeonju. The curves of the tiled roof become giant musical notes, gently resting on the shoulders of the low-hanging clouds. Beyond the fence, the cherry blossoms are a white confession spewed forth by spring as the wind's fingers turn the petals like fingers on a keyboard. The jazz flowing by the window becomes a transparent vine, gently winding its way up the weathered wooden pillar. We are submerged in a vast aquarium called the Blue-Hour, sharing oxygen named jazz. The fluttering shower of petals is a fragment of the Milky Way embedded in the darkness. The night in Jeonju becomes a silent song lying down in the deepest drawer of my heart. The streetlights on Taeho roar, dewdrops on the eyelids of the night. Beneath them scattered petals are yesterday's memories spilled onto the street. Time pauses here, halting the rusted clockwork for a moment. May only you and I remain as patterns of melody. The moonlight gathering at the window is a cello bow flowing through my heart. The conversation scattered in the air. Our breaths resembling the rhythm of jazz become each other's warmth. The blue night of Jeonju remains forever undried, pooled within me like a watercolor painting. Even if the blue ink burns black, it will not fade. The silent fall of cherry blossoms, that beautiful full stop where the jazz has stopped. The lingering echo of you still flows. A time when the sky pours deep blue ink onto a sheet of paper named Jeonju. The curves of the tiled roof become giant musical notes, gently resting on the shoulders of the low-hanging clouds. Beyond the fence, the cherry blossoms are a white confession spewed forth by spring. As the wind's fingers turn the petals like fingers on a keyboard, the jazz flowing by the window becomes a transparent vine, gently winding its way up the weathered wooden pillar. We are submerged in a vast aquarium called the Blue sharing oxygen named jazz. The fluttering shower of petals is a fragment of the Milky Way, embedded in the darkness. The night in Jeonju becomes a silent song, lying down in the deepest drawer of my heart. The streetlights on Teihoro are dewdrops on the eyelids of the night. Beneath them, scattered petals are yesterday's memory, spilled onto the street. Time pauses here, halting the rusted clockwork for a moment. May only you and I remain as patterns of melody. The moonlight gathered at the window is a cello bow flowing through my heart. The scent of cherry blossoms is a fragrant sentence scattered in the air. Our breaths resembling the rhythm of jazz become each other's warmth. The blue night of Jeonju remains forever undry, pooled within me like a watercolor painting. Even if the blue ink burns black, it will not fade. The silent fall of cherry blossoms, that beautiful full stop where the jazz has stopped. The lingering echo of you time when the sky pours deep blue ink onto a sheet of paper named Jeonju. The curves of the tiled roof become giant musical notes, gently resting on the shoulders of the low-hanging clouds. Beyond the fence, the cherry blossoms are a white confession spewed forth by spring, as the wind's fingers turn the petals like fingers on a keyboard. The jazz flowing by the window becomes a transparent vine, gently winding its way up the weathered wooden pillar. We are submerged in a vast aquarium called the Blue Hour, sharing oxygen named jazz. The fluttering shower of petals is a fragment of the Milky Way embedded in the darkness. The night in Jeonju becomes a silent song, lying down in the deepest drawer of my heart. The street lights on Taedyo are dewdrops on the eyelids of the night. Beneath them scattered petals are yesterday's memories spilled onto the street. Time pauses here, halting the rusted clockwork for a moment. May only you and I remain as patterns of melody. The moonlight gathering at the window is a cello bow flowing through my heart. The scent of cherry blossoms is a fragrant sentence scattered in the air. Our breaths resembling the rhythm of jazz become each other's warmth. The blue night of Jeonju remains forever undried, pooled within me like a watercolor painting. Even if the blue ink burns black, it will not fade. The silent fall of cherry blossoms, that beautiful full stop, where the jazz has stopped, the lingering echo of you still flows. The sunlight that lingered all day hangs on the edge of the Hannock's roof tiles, as if shy it fades the red glow, giving way to a time of blue dreams. In step with my stride along the stone wall path of Jengi-chun, pale pink cherry blossom petals quietly settle upon the tops of my feet. The cool breath of spring seeping through the open window frames, mingling with the scent of old trees and the low hum of jazz. The temperature of this air, neither cold nor hot, feels just like the perfect distance between you and me, making my heart flutter. Cherry blossom snow falls upon the flowing melody roots deep into my heart, like a long-awaited spring confession. The night in Jeonju slowly turns that color. As the streetlights on Taehoro wake up one by one, the white flower rain scatters like jewels beneath the light. And in your gaze, which seems to know without words, my season is being filled entirely with you. In this quiet alley where even the moonlight holds its breath, petals dancing to a jazz rhythm drift down, our time seeping through the old roof tiles melts warmly into a fragrant cup of tea. And the night in Jeonju stands still forever, a fragrance that won't fade even as the blue darkness deepens. Cherry blossom jazz and the soft sound of your breath. Even when this spring passes, it will always linger in a corner of my heart. Jeonju's blue night. A time when the sky pours deep blue ink onto a sheet of paper named Jeonju. The curves of the tiled roof become giant musical notes, gently resting on the shoulders of the low-hanging clouds. Beyond the fence, the cherry blossoms are a white confession spewed forth by spring. As the wind's fingers turn the petals like fingers on a keyboard, the jazz flowing by the window becomes a transparent vine, gently winding its way up the weathered wooden pillar. We are submerged in a vast aquarium called the Blue sharing oxygen named jazz. The fluttering shower of petals is a fragment of the Milky Way embedded in the darkness. The night in Jeonju becomes a silent song, lying down in the deepest drawer of my heart. The street lights on Taehoro are dewdrops on the eyelids of the night. Beneath them scattered petals are yesterday's memories spilled onto the street. Time pauses here, halting the rusted clockwork for a moment. May only you and I remain as patterns of melody. The moonlight gathering at the window is a cello bow flowing through my heart. The scent of cherry blossoms is a fragrant sentence scattered in the air. Our breath resembling the rhythm of jazz. within me like a watercolor painting. Even if the blue ink burns black, it will not fade. The silent fall of cherry blossoms, that beautiful full stop where the jazz has stopped. The lingering echo of you still flows on. As if shy it fades, the red glow giving way to a time of blue dreams. In step with my stride along the stone wall path of Gengi-jin, pale pink cherry blossom petals quietly settle upon the tops of my feet. Breath of spring seeping through the open window frames, mingling with the scent of old trees and the low hum of jazz. The temperature of this air, neither cold nor hot, feels just like the perfect distance between you and me, making my heart cherry blossom, snow falls upon the flowing melody, etching an unforgettable blue season onto our shoulders. The deep bass sound I hear while leaning against the window spreads deep into my heart like a long-awaited spring confession. The night in Jeonju slowly turns beneath the light, and in your gaze, which seems to know without words, my season is being filled entirely with you. In this quiet alley where even the moonlight holds its breath, petals dance into a jazz rhythm, drift down. Our time seeping through the old roof tiles melts warmly into a fragrant cup of tea. And the night in Jeonju stands still forever, a fragrance that won't fade even as the blue darkness deepens. Cherry blossoms, jazz, and the soft sound of your breath. Even when this spring passes, it will always linger in a corner of my